Hello friends, welcome to the NEGS. Today we are going to start the new chapter, that's the chapter 3rd of his geography, which is the interior of Earth. In the previous video we have discussed it, that the Earth forming materials have been distributed in form of layers from crust to core. It's interesting to know how the scientists have gathered the information about these layers and what are the characteristics of each of these layers. This is what exactly which we are going to deal with in this chapter. The arrangement of elements, or we can say the configuration of surface of Earth, is largely a product of process operating in the interior of Earth, which are called endogenic forces. Exogenic as well as endogenic processes are constantly shaping the landmass. And a proper understanding of physiographic character of the region remains totally incomplete if we ignore or neglect the role of endogenic process, because the human life is largely influenced by the physiography of region. So it is necessary that one should get clear view or the idea about the process that influences the landscape development. Now coming to the point, the radius of Earth is 6,370 kilometers. No one reached the center of the Earth and make observations or collect the samples of materials. It's not possible. So the interior of Earth can be understood only by indirect evidences. As I just told you, that no one have reached to the center of the Earth to collect the samples of materials. That's why whatever knowledge we do have present about the surface of the Earth or the structure of the Earth or about the layers of the Earth, it is totally based on indirect evidences, as neither anyone has or nor anyone can reach the interior of Earth. So the question is, how the scientists have gathered the information about these layers, and what are the characteristics of each of these layers. In this regard, we do have two sources of information. One is direct source and second is indirect source. Coming to the direct sources of information in regard with the interior of Earth, the first source is rock. The most easily available solid earth material is surface rock, or the rocks which we get from the mining areas. Gold mines in South Africa, as you people know, are as deep as 3 to 4 kilometers, and going beyond this depth is not possible as the temperature at the greater depths increased. Besides mining, the scientists have taken up the number of projects to penetrate the deeper depths to explore the conditions in the crustal portions. Scientists all over the world are working on the two type of major projects. The main reason is only to know about the interior of the Earth. One project they have taken up, that is called the Deep Ocean Drilling Project, and second is Integrated Ocean Drilling Project. The deepest drill at Kola in Arctic Ocean has so far reached a depth of 12 kilometers. This and many deep drilling projects have provided the large volume of information through the analysis of materials collected at different depths. A second direct source of information is volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption forms another source of obtaining the direct information as and when the molten magma or the material is thrown into the surface of the earth, and during the volcanic eruption it becomes easily available for the scientists to get it analyzed. But still it is very difficult for them to ascertain or to know the depth of the source of such magma. So